Hey guys, it's Joel with OTR Consulting, and today I want to talk about 10 traits of successful brokers slash dispatchers. I put the two together because they're very similar roles. Um, they're a little different, but I think that they overlap a lot. I think that a successful dispatcher could be a successful broker, or well, more on the carrier operation side, like carrier sales, if you're familiar, is very similar to a carrier sales specific role, dispatching. But from the sales side, like a broker that is more on like more of an account executive, that's a little bit different than being a dispatcher, just like it's a little bit different than being on carrier sales. So anyway, long story short, you need these 10 things in order to be successful. Or if someone has these 10 things, there's a very good chance that this is a great position, or those are great positions for them to be in. Number one, you got to have a sense of duty slash ownership. When you're a broker, you're essentially someone is putting that shipment in your care. When you're a dispatcher, um, uh, the owner of the trucking company is putting the basically profitability or their livelihood in your hands. So in any of these situations, um, people are giving you a lot of trust. So having a sense of ownership and a sense of duty, and like having a real feeling that you want to make it happen for those people that put that much trust in you is number one, what's going to make someone be successful in this long term. Two, you cannot be scared of the phone. Point blank, period. This is a business that requires you to be on the phone. That's all I have to say about that. Three, they have to be persistent. In this game, there are so many people that will give you the runaround on both sides. That persistence is key. It is absolutely necessary because communication is huge in this business. So being persistent when you're not getting an answer, or being persistent to make sure that something happens, is super important. Four, you gotta have thick skin. This industry gets called old school and it gets called a boys club. I don't think that anyone that's been around it for a while would disagree with those two statements. And there's a lot at stake, and people could be having a bad day that has nothing to do with you. People can be very rude because this is such a stressful industry. You need to have thick skin. This is not banking where everyone is expected to be extremely professional. So you have to be able to have a bad day, have a lot of things go wrong, and come back the next day and still be able to get through it. Five, analytical. And this is something that I didn't have the right word for. I would have said problem solver until I was talking to a friend yesterday, actually, and I was telling him about a situation, and she was just like, oh, like, that sounds like analysis. Like, that sounds like a whole bunch, like, you have to make a bunch of decisions fastly using a lot of different information and weighing a bunch of different factors that change. All of that is analysis. So someone that is able to, get a new problem, have the importance of different factors constantly changing, and still be able to make the right decision, that's huge. That is what makes stars in this industry, being able to analyze problems quickly and correctly. Number 6 is persuasiveness. Like I said, things are always going wrong. There's a ton of details, and both brokers and dispatchers have to negotiate. Therefore, you must be persuasive. 7, you have to be okay with the fact that this is a 24-hour industry. Well, I wouldn't say you have to, because some companies do have some companies do have 24-hour support, so that you as the broker, you as the dispatcher aren't getting after hours calls. But if you don't have that support, or really if you just want to be as successful as possible, you got to be okay with the fact that this industry runs 24 hours. Your drivers are going to be expected to work at all hours of the day. So why would you not be expected to have the same responsibility when you're basically responsible for making sure that they are doing their job? So that's just something that you have to accept after a while in this industry. And if someone is okay with that, then they will have a much better time getting used to what it takes to be successful or highly successful. Number 8, you need to be reliable / determined. When you tell someone something is going to get done, you need to make sure it gets done. You need to be reliable. Your word is everything in this industry, and people that consistently say that they're going to do something and deliver get rewarded. 9, you gotta be laid back. I think it helps to be laid back. I think that is a key trait to look for in someone who is a broker or a dispatcher. There's so many things that can go wrong. There's so many things that will go wrong on a regular basis. This is a stressful industry. It helps to be naturally laid back. And I don't mean laid back in the sense that you don't care, but laid back in the sense that you're comfortable with not always having 100% control, because a lot of things in this industry are outside of your control, and you just have to deal with it when it pops up. And 10, competitive. Successful brokers and dispatchers want to do better than they did yesterday. That's just a natural desire in them. And I say that because you can do this job and not do it well and still say that you did it. But people that are going to be good at this job are going to be interested in doing exceptional, and the drive to want to make an extra $50 on a shipment, or to get an extra $50 on a shipment, is going to be competitiveness. So those are the traits that I believe are important to be successful as a broker or a dispatcher. If you have any questions or something to add, or I missed something, or you disagree with me, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys keep trucking and be safe on the road.